I said it before, I'll say it again. I don't think that Obafemi should have ever dropped the NXT title at No Mercy. I feel like Ricky Saints could have continued to thrive within the mid card division and didn't have to rush to go after the NXT title. But like I always say, at the end of the day, everything happens for a reason. But man, what an extraordinary match that Javon Evans had against Obafemi last night. It was like reading a Harry Potter book because of how much magic was going on in that ring. From bell to bell, through and through, all in all, regardless, every single moment throughout this match there was never a dull moment. Couldn't even get off the edge of my seat the entire time. I was about 40 minutes behind, so by the time I got to the main event, it wasn't even live. So when it got to like the last minute, the last 2, 3 minutes, I was so close to thinking that Javon Evans was about to become NXT champion. But then again, Oba retaining is kind of obvious, especially because they were willing to have Javon fight him already this early, a month before the pay-per-view. Which I don't see nothing wrong with because honestly, I'm pretty sure that they would have just booked him to lose anyway. I'm still thinking there's a longer term story here. There's an ultimate goal here to officially crown Javon Evans the youngest NXT champion in history. This is what I've been calling for several months now, and this is what I'm going to keep sticking with. Mark my words, stand to deliver, Javon Evans will become the new NXT champion. But when it comes to Ricky Saints dropping the NXT title at Deadline, I feel like it makes a hell of a lot more sense to put Obafemi up against Cody Rhodes. Don't get me wrong though, Ricky Saints grew on me, especially as NXT champion. I was never expecting him to beat Oba back in friggin' the summertime or whatever. But honestly, leading up to now, I feel like it makes a lot more sense for him to turn heel and everything. Javon Evans can do amazing work with just about anybody in the ring, storytelling wise. But when it comes to heels, when it comes to doing extraordinary work with freaking top tier heels like Ethan Page, Javon is your guy, and he's one hell of a storyteller when he's going up against bad guys. Because Ethan Page lit a fire under Javon and had him wrestling like he had never before. To pivot off of that, I really admire everything that they got going on within the main event scene. You got Tony D eventually before ultimately he's gonna go after the NXT title and ultimately he's gonna feud with Obafemi. But at the same exact time, he's still leaving his presence known within the mid card division because North American Championship is the most prestige that it's been in the longest time. And what better feud than Ethan Page and Tony D'Angelo? That is a feud I honestly hope gets carried on over to the main roster. Ultimately, I said it before and I'll say it again. I believe that Javon Evans is going to be the one to make history and be one of many superstars that shape the future of what we call professional wrestling. But I can't wait to see how these next 5 months pan out. For the new year, though, 2026, honestly, I'm not exactly sure when and who exactly will be called up at a specific time, but I'm definitely sure. I feel like 2026 is the year for Ethan Page and Obafemi and Tony D'Angelo. And of course, Trick Williams. I feel like 2026 will be the year that they all get to finally shine on the main roster.